Great, set. Great, set. No, touch it! No, touch it! No. No. No, touch it! No. turn set. No turn. No turn. No turn set. Turn set.
It's week 2 of the NFL, and we've got Breece Hall. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Huskies and the Colts, next on Madden NFL 24.
With the skyline of Manhattan as our backdrop, we are across the East River in the fabled borough of Brooklyn, New York. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Huskies of Brooklyn. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out and for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception. navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Well, the road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick six. So dealing with this deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Quentin Williams, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Jackson now. Going up top for Miller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Hurts fumbles it, and the Colts pick it up. Inside the 10, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing is Hurts. Now a short one to Gesicki. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, you think about what it's taken to get to this point. The Giants and the Jets, obviously historic franchises, shared the stadium for years, never felt fully right. Well, now you got 2 New York teams. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Mario Edwards flies in to blow that play up. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. They run. It's Oliver. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Colts are going to take over with a football.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit. 1st down, and they go with Swift again. Able to fight through 1 tackle. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson. That is incomplete. He was looking that time for Jamison Williams. And it's 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. But you look at this defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league. They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long. On now to punt, Brad Robbins. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Here is 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw here. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it, and were able to keep the drive moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Hurts. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move. But the best pass rushers, they have counters.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And on now is the punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On second down, Jackson. This one completes. It's Onion underneath. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, so they've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you have there, because when you give him different looks, and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's working the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. They'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jalen Carter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Room to maneuver at the 35. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 34-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. Now back to throw. As this complete to Woods. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Paul ought to give up the middle. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Dexter Lawrence. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll set up a throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. A quick throw, but incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Looking to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Ball again. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Quentin Williams able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it. And they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put it into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's got his target. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Running left, it's Hall. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll set up to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Second down, here's Hurts.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Huskies have regained the lead. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays.
And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead.
First down now, but that clock rolling. From the gun, it's Jackson.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Jackson. And he completes it to Wilson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
This 2nd and 4.
To throw again is Jackson.
Goes out left. It's caught by Williams. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon.
And he returns this to the 22. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Throwing is Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Here's Hurts to throw.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get him to the ground. And he has another first down at the Colts' 41-yard line.
Hurts. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jalen Carter getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. To the right side, incomplete to Atwell. Touchdown! 2-2 Atwell, taking it in. And the Huskies take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 8. So that drive spans 13 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Jackson on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the 1st half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
They'll look to throw here. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. That's into the hands of Fulton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They go play action now. Jackson. That is caught. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Swift diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. So they say he went out of bounds, came back in, then touched the football.
Can't be the first guy to touch it when you come back in bounds. That's why the penalty goes against him. Have to know where you are on the field.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the first down on that one?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Jackson's throw taken in by Miller.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Colts on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Now it's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. The quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something's off with that one.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. To throw is Jackson. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Garrett Wilson.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Colts put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
They'll try and throw for it. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This taken in right around the goal line.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Give to Hall running right. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On the option to give to Swift here. Oh, able to avoid him. Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. 2nd and a couple. Jackson. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Here's a handoff to Swift. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Jackson now. He'll get this off to Swift. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 4, a minute 53 remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's got that well. That's complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Here's 2nd down and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
He'll look to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Back to throw. And that's into the hands of Gesicki. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6.
They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 39. He's back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Back to throw. Sliding, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Colts, It was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.